Okay, just going to do a quick video here on the Poor Man's Workshop on putting in a Lorex 1080p video doorbell. A couple things that I have found kind of already in process, but just want to cover a couple things. This doorbell here was bought, hopefully that it would chime the original doorbell. The original doorbell buttons there at the top that I've taken off already. Two wires. Mine is a mechanical doorbell, so it should work. It's 16 to 24 volts. So basically this is the installation here. Taken off the old one, and I've had to cut a little bit into the siding to get the wires. There's two wires that go to the back. Polarity doesn't really matter. It seems to the back of the doorbell, chime the doorbell. And then I have, this one has the, putting the wedge to, so that it tips down a little bit. Thing I just found out is that these pieces need to go under the mounting bracket. This is the one for a tilted angle, so you can turn it, flip it whichever direction you'd like. This one here, see, they kind of wanted to have it downward, so it just basically, I guess, a 15 degree or something, I'm not really sure. Looks down, and when it was connected, the doorbell didn't ring. The doorbell, which I don't know if you can see it, is in there on the wall. But anyway, when it was first connected and plugged in, it first of all, make sure you get the circuit breaker turned off. Find the right circuit breaker, get it turned off, and then take the old one apart. And very simple. There's two screws that come out, the old doorbell, and then this just pries off, and then it's screwed onto the back. The wires are screwed onto the back of there, and then you fasten those to these wires with wire nuts, and then push them back inside. And then I had this mounted. This was the mounting plate that it mounted to the wall, and then I realized that I needed to have the wedge in there. I thought the wedge went, but on the inside, it actually goes on the house side. So make sure you figure out what angle that you want first and put it on, or put it on with the flat, and then you'll just have to remove the doorbell and this backing plate to put in whichever one you want. You can purchase other ones, I believe. So again, connected the doorbell, and it didn't work. The doorbell itself got power, but it didn't chime the inside chime. What I found was, which I thought I remembered a comment somebody had mentioned before in my poor little tiny brain, and I had to do a little research. And somebody had said to save people a lot of time that you have to register the doorbell with the app first. So you have to connect the wiring, get it set up, then reconnect the power, then download the app using the barcode on the paper, or just look up Lorex in Google Play, because I'm using an Android phone, and download the app, register the device. Once it's registered and online, there's an option in there that says, do you have a mechanical chime or an electronic chime? I had to choose that. Then once it was set up, when I hit the button, it rang. I was totally surprised. So now I'm just putting in the wedge and getting this back up, and it should be all ready to go. But I just wanted to create a little video explaining that, how this works. So, because it's kind of confusing, even though it's a very simple wiring job, it's a little confusing. And then once you have it done and you set up in the app, you can then connect it to Alexa. I think you can also HomeKit, I think, maybe too, and Google Assistant. So anyway, that's all for now. Okay, now we got to flip our breaker back on. It should be ready to go. And I'm always amazed when I flip a circuit breaker and sparks don't fly. So, well, it didn't pop and didn't spark. So, either I got it totally wrong or I got it right. We'll see. Completed doorbell. Got it all mounted, put together, and then it snaps on this piece where I showed before. Had the wedge, and this is the backing plate, and then the whole thing, this whole unit then comes down and it snaps in place. So if you need to remove it or take all that apart, you just kind of push it upwards with a little bit of force and it comes off this backing plate. And then it is now configured and working, and the button lights up green to show that it's working, and then there's a light under here that will show up when at night when you get near the thing. It helps kind of illuminate the doorstep. I have also configured it now with the app. And you go through, as I said before, you have to go through and configure it in the app. If you want to turn it on, you plug it in. With the mechanical doorbell, it still doesn't ring the doorbell unless the app is set up. So I went through the app and selected mechanical doorbell, and so now it's all set up with that. So when the button is pressed, it rings out here on the doorbell, like an electronic doorbell sound. It rings the doorbell in the house now, the old doorbell. And I've also enabled the skill for Alexa and tied it in with the account for my Lorex account. So I can use the Echo Show 5s and the Echo Spot that we got to monitor the doorbell, as well as you get notifications when the doorbell is pressed. You can choose which Echo device you want to use. I choose all the ones we had. So it says all over the house, and right now, because it's Christmas time, I've got it playing like Deck the Halls or something, and it plays that tune over the Alexa devices once, and then it says there's somebody at your door or something. So I'm going to just do a test here, and I'll show you how all that goes before I end this video. So here we go. So there, I pressed the doorbell. I got a notification on my phone.
Someone is at the front door.
And that's how it works. Now, the mechanical doorbell inside here is over on the wall. So I'll try it again, and you can hear it better. So you can hear it come from the doorbell. So there you can see it ring. That's the mechanical doorbell. It comes off, the cover comes off, and that's what it looks like on the inside. It goes bing dong, and at 16 to 24 volts, I guess it rings both these sides. So there you go. Seems to be working okay. And I think by ringing the doorbell, I've torqued off the dog. So, what's up, pup? It's just me, Dottie. It was just me. Sorry about that.